Hello there, this is DBT, and this Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Hot Wheels Unleashed. And the very first thing that I want to show you is actually one of the DLCs that I wasn't completely aware that I didn't actually have it, thanks to... Sorry, I forgot the name, but somebody pointed it out in the comments of the previous video that I hadn't claimed one particular car, and I just did. That would be... Hold on, let me find it, because it's all the way over here somewhere. It's I think it's called Dreamobile. It's an interesting looking vehicle. In fact, I actually did try to use it. I mean, before I started recording. God damn it, where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Dreamobile. And actually, it handles pretty good. Like the regular handling, not drifting or anything, just a straight up handling, it's actually pretty damn good. So we might as well do that. Oh no, we're not gonna upgrade it at the moment. We have some daily challenges to do. Run for 30 seconds with the boost activated, complete 3 skyscraper racers, and make 5 perfect starts. So that'll give me an opportunity to do this. So yeah, let's go to quick mode. quick race, and let's do some skyscraper. Oh, and by the way, this is a livery that I just did before I was recording. I decided, because I like this vehicle. It actually, in general, I like how it handles and all. But the standard livery, it's very, very boring. It would be this one. I honestly, with this livery, I didn't even notice that there was a skull or a face right at the front and that those were hands. So I used this one to try to emphasize a bit more the face at the front and all of that. And then I added some other stuff here and there, some blood because of course I ran over some shit, and some details here and there. I like doing this overall. But anyway, we're not gonna do that for the time being. First I want to show this other car, if I can find it. I still say that the more cars they add, the more obvious this is a problem on how these things are handled. But anyway. Yeah, so we say the skyscraper, right? So let's do that, just to test it out. Like I said, I already tried it, and I actually did like how it handles. I'm a bit reluctant to upgrade it, because, you know, I've talked non-stop for the past, I don't know how many videos about the speed and all of that, and how really it's not very telling as to, oh yeah, it's gonna increase the speed, but by how much? Is it worth it? Because maybe it'll increase the speed, but it'll decrease another stat, or I don't know. We'll have to see. But I tell you, right out of the gate, I definitely like how this car feels. The handling, it's different. It's much like without drifting. The handling itself is actually pretty workable. The problem is that you want to be drifting in order to generate more boost. So yeah, you still kind of have to focus on doing that. But yeah, this is an interesting vehicle, and I'm really tempted to do some liveries with it. Because, don't get me wrong, it's not that I dislike too much how it looks, but I feel like we can do something interesting with it. I've discovered this new love of mine for matte black with gold or orange accents. So, yeah, now I'm thinking, ooh, should I apply that to just about any single car? Other than that, there's not a whole lot new going on in the game at the moment. We're still waiting for the Monster Truck DLC thing that apparently is going to be releasing on April 17th if the announcements are to be believed. But yeah, other than that, not much going on. When I started playing today before I recorded, and actually I decided to play a little bit before I started recording just to kind of warm up in the game. Before I was, you know, in the video, because otherwise if I try to warm up during the video, it just ends up being very frustrating because I keep on fucking it up and not being able to show anything decent. So now I'm relatively warmed up. But anyway, so yeah, when I launched the game, actually wasn't connecting to the, what did it say, the milestone servers or whatever. So the daily tasks and all of that were not doable. Fortunately, the rest of the game was functional. But yeah, there was some problem with the connection. I don't know exactly what that was about. Alright, that's the very first race, and I didn't manage to win it, but hey, you know, it wasn't absolutely terrible. And I'm actually curious All right, let's have a look at the upgrading of this car, because like I said, I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it. I just want to, you know, make sure that on upgrading it is not going to end up messing it up. So, collection. Okay, well, I can upgrade it. It's not going to affect anything other... I mean, it's not going to negatively affect anything. So let's do it. Upgrade this vehicle, yep. And I don't know why I have a feeling that the second upgrade is the one that is going to decrease nitro for boost. Oh, wait a second. That's actually pretty good. Changing the boost bar for 5 pips. I'll do it. Fuck it. And while we're over here, let's see what people have done with liveries for this car. Somebody must have already done something interesting. Nope. Alright, I kind of like that. You see a bunch of effort put into it. Could you see some liveries like this where all they do is change the colors and don't worry too much about... Oh, they put a flag over there. But they don't worry too much about adding decals or anything. Like this. It's just a color swap, basically. But, okay. That's cool. I mean, I don't love it, but it's cool. This is a very simple one. And look, I'm not trying to diss anybody for, you know, doing a very simplistic job. But definitely, you can tell that some, in some of these, more effort was put than in others. This one actually kind of looks dope. I kind of like that one. Yeah, like adding the simple details, like those silver points, those 4 points horizontally aligned. I mean, it doesn't take long to do something like that. But the fact that they took the time to do it, it tells you that, you know, they put some effort. Oh, hello. All right, I think this is my favorite so far, so let's go with it. Yeah, all right, I like it, I like it. Let's do another quick race. We still need to do more here. You know what? That looks kind of fun. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, and it does take a while, obviously, to create liveries. I'm not trying to be like, oh my god, you did a terrible livery or anything. But, you know, like I said, when it's just a color swap of the base parts, I mean, I can do that really easily. Anybody can. But when you see that somebody spent a bunch of time on... Wait, that was green. I need purple starch. When you see that somebody spent a whole bunch of time on adding the decals and all of that and making it look interesting, that's when you go like, okay, that's a different... Oh, I keep getting green. I need to get purple. That's when you see a higher quality decal. And granted, like the decal that I did for... There it is, purple. Okay, so green gave me two pips. Purple gave me 3 pips. All right, good to know. Yeah, it's like a completely different level of effort put into it. And on the decal that I mean the livery that I just showed you that I did for that other car, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's fantastic quality, all right? I'm not trying to be like, oh, I know how to do it, because no, not really. It's kind of messy and all, but overall, you know, it's not something that took 5 minutes to just swap the colors. I definitely spent some time on choosing which decal to put and adding the little details here and there, and then just putting some ugly ones wherever I could. So, yeah, it's a... I do like seeing what people do with these liveries. And in fact, there's a new... I believe there's yet another... or did that one already pass? I'm not sure. I thought I saw that there's another livery competition type of deal. And now that the liveries are finally working again... I mean, they have been working since, I don't know, like a month ago or something. But, you know, I spent a bunch of time criticizing the fact that they were trying to push this whole thing of, oh, compete for the livery thing, when in reality the system was barely functional and it would mess up a bunch of times. But hey, it works now. Let's hope that they don't somehow end up in a regression where the livery system is gonna be broken again. I really don't know exactly what's gonna... Oh shit! What causes this issue to come back, you know? But hopefully it's not gonna be the case. Because I do enjoy, and in another video on Forza Horizon, I was talking about how I got used to the livery system, or yeah, the livery editor in this game, where it doesn't baby you up too much. Obviously it tells you, oh, this button does this button does that. But you know, it's you can do a whole bunch of things at the same time. And in Forza Horizon, I was complaining that everything is under a tab. You need to resize it, go to that tab. You need to skew the image, go to that tab. You need to, I don't know, flip it or crop it or whatever, go to that tab. So that takes a bunch of time because you have to be switching tabs oftentimes. And in here, I do like it that it's a bit more like, hey, you can do anything at just about any moment. All you have to do is remember what the buttons do. So yeah, it doesn't baby you up that much, and I appreciate it. I do. I kind of like how the livery system works in here. And also I like the fact that it has the free shot option where you can select any angle of the car, Jesus Christ, and apply the decals from that angle or based on that angle, which allows you to apply decals in very strange places and in really odd situation, which is surprisingly something that you can't do, or at least I haven't found how to do it in Forza Horizon, where I wanted to apply a decal in some sort of a diagonal, but you couldn't. It was either from the top or from the side, no diagonal. So yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the ass. But anyway, so yeah, I am trying. Look, I really like this game, okay? I do. Obviously, I have spent a long time whining on all the things that I don't. But overall, I do enjoy this game. I think it has a lot of potential. So I want to continue playing it. So I'm trying to play it a bit more outside of these videos, precisely just to try to get good at the game. I recently saw that Red Racer X, who is a YouTube channel that makes videos mostly about Asphalt 9, and he does some really great comparison videos between the cars. He's a great driver, so he does some amazing comparisons and all of that. The point is that he recently started doing comparison videos in this game, which, you know, without the speedometer, actually a comparison between two cars it's useful, it's interesting. So I saw how he drives, and that's when I realized, like, yeah, all right, I suck at this game. That's the bottom line. I've complained a lot that I don't like how some systems feel in this game. But yeah, no, now seeing how the guy drives is like, yeah, okay, people adapt to it. So it's just me. It's my issue. Wait, are these two the same car? They look very, very similar. Okay, not so much when you're actually looking at this, but look at the little pictures down there. They look very, very similar. Anyway, I wanted to use my, what is it called? The one that I just did delivery for. This one. Turbone change. Look at that. Look at that. So I added some bunch of little details like painting silver those parts in the middle. You see where the turbine begins. You see that silver there. That's that other silver button. Copper pipe connecting to another silver portion. All of that. I like doing all those little details. You can see it from this angle, but I also, oh yeah, like right over there by the glass at the bottom part. Whatever. There's like some bolts. I painted all of that. I like doing all of that just because it's those little details that really, really help elevate the feeling of quality on a livery. But anyway, so let's do another quick race. Shit, I was supposed to select that car, wasn't I? Oh boy. We'll get there, I promise. There it is. All right, and actually I have it at common stat. I checked, and if I were to upgrade it in theory, would it speed? I mean, it will increase speed and acceleration, but it would decrease the boost by 1 pip. And honestly, I'm getting more and more convinced that those pips are more valuable than supposed raw speed. So I don't know. I feel like that's the case. In that video that I linked you to the other time, where Isaac Driving was showing the top speed of each one of the cars. Yeah, it seems that all of the cars have an extremely similar top speed. So what difference does it make if it's... I need a purple. What difference does it make if it's 290 versus 300? The difference is very small. But having the extra pip of turbo, that's what I believe matters most. So that's why I'm extremely reluctant to upgrade some cars that affect their boost amount negatively. I really don't believe that that's worth it. And I also did a couple of races in oh boy. Ah! Jesus, the dude hit me. I got stuck on the web and then the dude hit me. Yeah, I was using this car in some of the career races to try to complete some of the time trial or time whatever objectives that I haven't completed, and I managed to, which, you know, when I played it back when, I thought they were really difficult. Now they don't seem as difficult, but it still required a bunch of tries to do it. But I also use that a little bit as training, you know, like, okay, you gotta learn to brake a bit sooner, you gotta learn to brake more effectively, you gotta not brake so hard because you're gonna hit the inside of the turn, you know, things like that. So yeah, I legit, I'm giving it a shot because I know you guys like this content, and I want to give you more of this content, but for that I need to play decently. I hate showing you a bunch of races where I lose every single time. Well, you know, losing is not necessarily the problem, it's the playing bad that is the problem. So that's what I don't want to continue showing. So I'm trying to improve a little bit in this game. Whether or not that's actually happening remains to be seen. You will have to be the judge of that, but hey, I'm doing this for you, man. I'm just still so disappointed that there's still no Lambo in this game. When will we get a Lambo? I still haven't given up hope that someday there might be some Lambo pack added into the game, although it seems extremely unlikely. But hey, here's to hoping. I legit would be happy with any Lambo. It doesn't matter. Well, I mean, so long as it's not a Jarama or a Spada or anything like that. Sports or super or hypercar Lambo. That's what I want. But you know that I've been talking a lot about how the Sienna is supposed to be coming out in Hot Wheels, the actual, you know, the physical toys soon, or at least this year. I mean, we're already in March and there's still no information about that car. I mean, the videos that I saw where they showed the diecast for it are still around, but yeah, there's no information as to when that thing could be coming out. So I am a bit worried that it's not coming out soon, and thus it won't be added into the game soon either, which is honestly kind of sad, but what can you do? I do, well, obviously not. Okay, let me finish one idea and then I'll comment on that idea. I would imagine that if they do a pack of Lamborghini, a pack of Ferrari or something like that, there's gonna be a lot of people interested on that. But that's where the second part of my thought was happening. I don't believe they're gonna be able to do a Ferrari one. To my knowledge, there's still no agreement between Ferrari and Hot Wheels. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. Well, for Ferrari fans, for me it's all the same because I don't care too much about Ferraris, you know that. All right, we need to do 2 more perfect starts, so let's do them in very quick races. So let's select, actually, you know what, it doesn't even have to be in the college campus. We can do a basement race. Oh yeah, this is a short race, isn't it? Oh. Alright, since we have to do 2 races, here's what I want to test. So for example, this looks like a short race, Crossroads. It says that it's a short race, it's gonna be 3 laps on a short course. Or we can do T-Rex in the living room, which is marked as a medium length race, but it doesn't have laps. So I do believe that this one, despite looking bigger, it's actually shorter in time, but let's try it anyway, because we have to do 2 more races. And we're even gonna do it with the same car just to try to figure out if, you know, I mean, to eliminate any possibility of, oh, you were using a faster car, that's why you got a better lap time. And by the way, I also tried to paint, I wanted to paint, like, you know, the turbine part. Great. I wanted to paint that, like where the fire comes from. I wanted to make it black with some red right at the very center and things like that. But unfortunately, I'm unable to paint that portion of the car. Jesus, all right, that drifting was interesting. I'm unable to paint that part because that is... I haven't shown the, you know, the livery editor. Maybe I'll do it at some point. Or if you know it, then you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. But the cars are divided into mostly 4, maybe 5 parts. You have the rims, which is obviously, you know, the rims. You have the wheels. You have the chassis. You have the livery. And you have the interior. So those are the main parts of the cars. So the part that you can... The only part that you can actually apply decals on is the livery. What? Oh no! No! That's fine. God damn it. Well, that must have took like 4 seconds, so we'll consider that for our experiment. So the only part that you can apply decals on is the livery part. And for this car, the livery part is the one that I painted matte black. Other than that, the chassis is the silver one, and the quote-unquote interior, it's the copper-looking part, which is the turbine and all of that. So that all of that is considered the interior, and that's one of the parts that you cannot put decals on. So that's a bit unfortunate because I legit wanted to add a bunch of detailing on the turbine area, all around the side, and the top, the center, all of that. I wanted to do it, but unfortunately that's not possible. So that kind of sucks. All right, so there we go. 3 laps, and that took us a grand total of... Wait. Well, like 37 seconds times 3 would be what? 90... Wait, no, like 110 seconds, right? So it's almost 2 minutes. No, actually, I think this is a very short. All right, 2 minutes. It took us 2 minutes. Let's see how long it takes the other one. Yeah, no, because I was counting on this taking like 3 minutes, but if it took 2 minutes, no, then this one absolutely, it's probably the shortest race you can do. But we're gonna try it nonetheless. So yeah, it's unfortunate that you cannot paint certain parts of the car. Because yeah, I mean, I really wanted to do all that detailing. In fact, there's a livery that I showed you a long time ago. I can show it to you now. That I started working, I just never finished it. But precisely, I was adding a bunch of detailing because I do like adding all that detailing. It takes a bunch of time, but I enjoy it just because I like seeing the result, the final result on it. At that time I stopped doing it because that's when the livery editor broke. So yeah, it made no sense for me to be working on that. But now that it's back up, maybe I should continue working on it. And guess what colors I used? It may or may not be black, matte black with, I believe I either did orangey or coppery or whatever. I liked it for sure, but I don't know, I really like that combination. What can I say? You know how I've said that I don't like in general black. Whoa! That's fine, that's fine. I don't like in general black cars. Oh god, I slowed down so much over here. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't like black cars too much because it doesn't show the lines of the car. But in here, you know, because I'm using decals as accents for certain parts of the car, yeah, I can live with black cars. And in general, if I had to have a black car, I would love, you know, if my real life car had to be black, I would love for it to be matte, not just straight up shiny black, which, nah. See, I tell you, I'm learning a little better on how to control these drifts. I still say that it's super strange that there's no... Oh, you know what? It was still about 2 minutes. Nice. And since it's more complicated of a route, it allows me to practice a bit more. Oh look, I could have gotten Patrick if I owned the, what's it called? The racing season, yeah. Yay, I would love to have Patrick. Not really, but hey. So, oh no, wait a second, I wouldn't yet. That's until I reach level 24 and I'm only 23, still. Alright, so how about we try a bit of multiplayer? I'm gonna pause. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna pause because definitely it's gonna take a while for this thing to get me to a lobby where we're gonna do a race. Probably it's just gonna throw me into a lobby of something that is already happening. But hey, let's a lap 1 out of 3. All right, yeah, this is gonna take a while. So let me pause and I'll return once this is over. All right, cool. So I actually had to exit that lobby because the one of 1 out of 3 laps turns out that it was one of those eternally long laps, super tricky, where everybody fucks up. So that was gonna take forever. So nah, never mind. But now we got into a new lobby where there's only one more player other than myself. So technically this is gonna be a duel. I guess this is a bit, you know, this does show. Oh wait a second, it's actually not starting. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that's interesting. Alright, whatever, I don't care. Yeah, we'll see. He's using the... I saw that he was using the 24 hours, which is in theory one of the fastest cars in the game, and I'm using a not so fast car. But let's see, hopefully I drive better. Right, here we go. Got my purple. No, that wasn't purple. I don't think that was purple. And right out of the gate, yeah, he got better speed, and I messed up the very first turn, so that's not good for me. Don't despair, DBT. We may have an opportunity. I said maybe he drives bad, and then I proceed to drive really bad myself. Wow, no, he really is getting pretty far ahead, doesn't he? Isn't he? It's 3 laps though, so there's definitely opportunities for him to fuck up. And same thing for me, more opportunities for me to fuck up and get farther behind, but you know. This is one of those things where... Oh shit. Multiplayer, it's a mode that forces you to get better. So that's why I want to get more into multiplayer. Unfortunately, and that's what I was actually thinking of saying, I think that the fact that the previous lobby that we found had only 4 people, and then this lobby that we found has 2 people, counting myself, it's kind of telling that, I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe it's the time of the day at which I'm recording this, but maybe there aren't too many players playing this thing in multiplayer. And how many times did I say play over there? 3, I believe. Wow, that dude is nowhere to be found. Holy shit, it's not even registering in my minimap. Damn. Maybe top speed does matter. I don't know. And very recently I saw a video of another miniature car game. I don't remember what the hell it's called. Mini Micro Racing or something like that. I don't know. It's supposedly an upcoming racing game. It's not Hot Wheels per se, as in it's not branded for Hot Wheels or it uses Hot Wheels. It just seems like it's, you know, generic tiny cars. But same thing, driving in what it looks to be an oversized world, you know, because you're super tiny. So it looked interesting. It has a more realistic approach to the graphics and all. Oh, this is obviously very cartoonish, while that of the game seems to be more about looking more realistic. The world to look realistic. And one thing that I actually kind of like is the fact on that game is the fact that there's an speedometer, but also that you're not driving on a track like for the majority of time you do over here in this game. Instead, you're driving sort of in the real world, you know, in the table of somewhere, or actually in the street. The videos that I saw, you're driving on the street. The problem with that is that the feeling of speed in that game is bad. It's straight up bad. It looks super slow. It looks obnoxiously slow. So I don't know. If I remember, I'll put the link to the video that I'm talking about. If not, I'll show it in the next video that I do for this game. But yeah, that's the one thing that I'll say that Hot Wheels Unleashed did really well. The feeling of speed is there, while that other game, it just looks super slow. So anyway, that's where I'm leaving it. I managed to play it today and not get angry, so that's already something good, I suppose. You know what to do. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. You know, check my House of Vrooms Discord server. Link is in the description if you want to join. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.